The Los Angeles Angels made a poor decision this week. Undoubtedly, you saw that on Saturday, the Angels brought up their first-round draft pick from last year, from 2022, Zach Neto, a shortstop out of Campbell University. He becomes the first pick from the 2022 class to make his Major League debut. I'm incredibly happy for him. That's not what this is about. This was a poor decision by the Angels. And it's a decision that reeks of desperation. We talk all the time in sports about teams putting their players in the best possible positions to succeed. That's why we see certain quarterbacks run certain offenses. That's why we see in baseball guys play with a platoon partner so that they can take advantage of their best skill sets. That's why we see pitchers now throwing more sliders than ever because we're optimizing what they do well, right? We in sports today, people are taking advantage of what guys do well and hiding what they don't do well. In this case, the Los Angeles Angels are setting Zach Neto up for failure. And I hate to see that. Yes, I have a favorite team, right? We all know that. You have a favorite team. But that doesn't mean that I want guys' careers to be railroaded. And that's the position that Zach Neto's being put in. What the Angels have done to him is not fair. This kid was drafted last year. He has, I want to say, 201 minor league plate appearances, not official at-bats, 201 minor league plate appearances. I went and looked. In college, he really only played 2 years at Campbell. He had like 400, it was either 435 or 465 college at-bats. I think it was 435. So you take 435 college at-bats with 200 minor league at-bats, 635 at-bats is what this kid is going into major league pitching with. Really? I went and looked at some of the biggest young stars in all of baseball, guys who have gotten to the majors quick and succeeded. Julio Rodriguez had over 1,000 minor league plate appearances. Ronald Acuna Jr. had over 1,000 minor league plate appearances. These guys are young major league stars, and they had 1,000+ plate appearances in the minors. This kid got 200 plate appearances in the minors, and yes, he played college ball, which those guys didn't, but his college at-bats plus his minor league at-bats are, barely half of what those guys got in the minors. It's absurd that the Angels would do that to this kid. And look, I get what they're trying to do, right? They are through the prism of let's do everything we can to get this team to the playoffs and everything we can to make Ohtani happy and everything we can to make our fans happy because we have Ohtani and we've wasted him all this time. Everything we can to make Trout happy. Let's get Trout to the playoffs. We don't want to lose them both. I get where the Angels are coming from. It reeks of desperation. And we see this all the time in the NFL, right? Like, look at Zach Wilson with the Jets. Young quarterback comes into a bad situation, isn't really ready to play, but kind of has to, and the organization has pinned their hopes on him, and the kid struggles, and the kid's never the same. And that's what's happened to Zach Wilson with the Jets. Team was bad. He wasn't really in a position to be ready to play. They played him anyways. He was garbage, and 2 years into it, they want to replace him with Aaron Rodgers. And that's kind of what the Angels are doing to this kid, all out of desperation. They've got to make Ohtani happy. They've got to make Trout happy. They've got to suck every little bit of success that they can for those two to try to get to the playoffs. And they're going to run this kid's career into the ground in an effort at doing so. And look, I watched almost every game of the 4-game set against the Red Sox. He played in 3 of them. I think he's 1 for 13 here. He just got his first hit as I record this on Monday night. He got his first hit earlier today in the Patriots Day game. 1 for 13. I mean, how many young players have we seen far more seasoned with a much greater pedigree come up and struggle? I'll point to my Mariners again, Jared Kelenic. hit 181 and 141 in parts of his first 2 seasons with the Mariners, and the kid was shot. And only now is he starting to figure it out. And Jared Kelenic came in much more polished than this kid did. It's not right what the Angels have done to him. Shame on Perry Minasian, shame on Phil Nevin, shame on anyone who supports this, because I'm thrilled that this kid gets a chance to say that he played Major League Baseball, and it's an honor to do that, and it's an honor that he gets to be the first of his draft class that gets called up. That is great, and I'm happy for him. But I also want to see the kid have some success, and this is no way to do it. You come up, you're supposed to be put into positions to succeed, and this isn't that. 200 minor league plate appearances. 200. Julio Rodriguez, Ronald Acuna had 5 times that. Yes, you played in college. Yes, you played Division I. It wasn't like he was playing. I mean, it's no knock on Campbell. He's not playing at LSU. Not playing in the SEC. Not playing in the ACC. He's playing in the Big South. Not playing in the College World Series. It's different. And when we get to the middle of May and this kid's hitting 107, I'm going to be there to tell you that I told you so. And if he proves me wrong, then so be it. I hope I'm wrong in this, because I already feel bad for this kid, and it's been 3 games. And they had him hitting leadoff today. He hit 8th in his first game. I believe he hit leadoff here in this Monday game. I'll go and verify that right now, but because Trout was out today, so I think they went Neto leadoff, Ohtani second, and Taylor Ward third. I mean, you're not talking about putting this kid in the best position to succeed by that. At least hit him in the 9 spot. Hit him in the 8 spot again. But no. You've got him, today, hitting leadoff. 1 for 5. 0.77 average. 2 left on base. It's not right. But that's what the Angels are now. The Angels are desperate. They haven't won a playoff game since 2009. They've never won a playoff game with Mike Trout. And rather than go out and spend to try to get Carlos Correa, or rather than go out and try to spend to go get Marcus Semien or Corey Seager, the guys that could have spent on last year, they're in a position now to play this kid. Right? They're in a position to play Zach Neto, who is 22 years old, fresh out of college, essentially, and that's got to be the guy that they rely on to play everyday shortstop and hit at the top of their order, apparently at times. That's why the Angels, I talked earlier in the podcast about the Rockies being irrelevant. The Angels are not irrelevant with Trout and Ohtani, obviously, but it's decisions like this that have them in the position that they're in the standings, not being well run. They have spent, and they've spent poorly, obviously, and the Anthony Rendon thing hasn't worked out. So they have tried to spend, don't get me wrong, but this is a move that shouldn't be made. If this is what it was going to come to, you should have gone out and gotten the stopgap guy. You should have gotten Elvis Andrus. You should have gotten Jose Iglesias. You should have gotten somebody that didn't force Zach Neto into having to play. Coaches and managers and front offices aim to put their players in the best possible position for success, and this isn't it.